It was supposed to be a relaxing evening. I hadn't seen my college buddies in months, and we had planned a simple get-together at a local bar. The air was filled with laughter, clinking glasses, and stories of old times. My phone buzzed, and when I saw Emily's name flashing on the screen, I thought it was just a casual check-in. I stepped outside to answer. "Ethan," she said, her tone cold and businesslike. "I'm leaving you. Also, I sold the business today. It's done." For a moment, I thought I misheard her. The business she was referring to was the company we had built from scratch, pouring in years of hard work, sleepless nights, and every ounce of trust we had in each other. My heart dropped. The weight of her words hit me like a punch to the gut. In one sentence, she had unraveled not just our marriage but everything we had worked for. I stood there, phone pressed to my ear, the noise of the bar fading into a dull hum as her words echoed in my mind. "Why, Emily? Why would you sell our business without even telling me?" I asked, my voice a mix of disbelief and hurt. She sighed, as if I was inconveniencing her with my reaction. "Because I'm done, Ethan. I'm tired of this life. I got an offer and I took it. I'm starting over." The casual cruelty in her tone stung. This wasn't an emotional breakdown. This was premeditated. She had planned this exit, waited for me to be out with friends, and dropped the bomb with surgical precision. Our business wasn't just a company. It was our shared dream, and she had sold it off like a used car, with zero regard for what it meant to me. As the call ended abruptly, I stood frozen, trying to process the betrayal. The guys came out, noticing my pale face, but I couldn't speak. "How do you explain that your wife just sold your life's work and left you over a phone call?" I checked my emails, and sure enough, there was a notification confirming the business sale. Legal papers, digital signatures, everything was there. She had orchestrated this behind my back, forging documents we were supposed to sign together. The magnitude of her betrayal wasn't just emotional. It was legal, financial, and deeply personal. I realized then that the woman I trusted implicitly had been playing a long game of deceit, and I had been blind to it all. When I returned home, the house felt colder, emptier. Her belongings were gone, not a trace of her in the closets or drawers. On the dining table lay a manila envelope. Inside were divorce papers. No letter, no explanation, just clinical, cold paperwork. It was as if she wanted to erase me as cleanly as possible. Emily wasn't an impulsive person. She had planned every detail, from finding a buyer for our business to making sure I was out of the way when she pulled the trigger. What hurt the most wasn't just that she left. It was that she didn't even think I deserved a conversation. After years of partnership, she had reduced me to a name on a paper. In the days that followed, the reality of what she had done began to surface. I contacted lawyers, hoping to challenge the sale, but Emily had covered her tracks well. Legally, it was a battle I couldn't win without draining myself emotionally and financially. Friends and family reached out, offering sympathy, but their words felt hollow. How do you console someone who's lost not just a marriage but a piece of their identity? Our business wasn't just a livelihood. It was a symbol of our journey, and she had sold it without a second thought. But amidst the heartbreak, a strange clarity began to emerge. Maybe this wasn't just her betrayal. Maybe it was a harsh lesson I needed to learn. For so long, I had ignored the red flags, her growing detachment, the secretive phone calls, her sudden disinterest in our plans. I had chalked it up to stress, believing that with time, things would return to normal. But people don't just wake up one day and sell a business behind your back. This was a result of months, maybe years of silent resentment on her part. And while her actions were unforgivable, I realized that staying in denial had made me complicit. I had been so focused on keeping our life afloat that I hadn't noticed her silently preparing to jump ship. One afternoon, while sorting through old files, I found a notebook filled with our early business plans. Scribbles, ideas, late-night strategies, each page a reminder of better days. And that's when it hit me. She may have sold the business, but she couldn't erase my contribution. The skills, the knowledge, the drive, those were mine. Emily's betrayal didn't define my worth. It revealed hers. I decided then to start over, not out of revenge, but because I owed it to myself. I began reaching out to former clients, rebuilding my network. Slowly, I started laying the groundwork for a new venture, one that no one could take from me. Months passed, and with each passing day, the bitterness faded. Emily had wanted to start over, but so did I. The difference was I was building something real, while she had cashed out for a quick escape. I heard through mutual friends that her new life wasn't as glamorous as she had envisioned. But I didn't care anymore. My focus was on rebuilding, on learning from the scars she left behind. Betrayal had been a brutal teacher, but it had taught me the most valuable lesson. Sometimes, losing everything is the first step to finding your true self again.